Welcome back to the 52 Parks series. As you can see, we are about to start this island of tiny parks, I guess maybe is what we'll call it. There's 20 spots in total. As you know, with the 52 Parks project, I've gone ahead and sectioned out where I want parks to be, given them numbers so I can stay on track. So we are on park number 13 next, but you can see these are all really small areas. So for this area, my plan, which I thought would be really fun to do, is to take one park asset and build around it. So show you what to do with one asset and then make that asset the highlight, and then bring in some things around it to support it and just make it a really cool park, basically extending the asset. So for the next 20 parks, that's what we're going to be doing, is selecting one cool park asset and then using other buildings, other parks, whatever else we can, keeping it small, of course, because we're looking at small areas here, but really showing you how to creatively expand it and make it into something maybe you didn't think of before. So let's dive in with park number 13. Okay, for park number 13, we're right near the river. Now the river's moving very fast. It is not something you'd want to jump in and swim. It's a very strong current. But I thought it would be fun to bring the water in a little bit and create a swimming area, but we are going to use the floating cafe to accomplish this. I'm going to show you, this is something I've done before in another video a long time ago, but it's a really fun way to use the asset, and I always think it looks so nice. So the first thing we need to do is bring in the water carefully into a space here and get some key walls set up. Voila, magic of editing. Here we go. Here's our base that we're starting with. So essentially what I've done is created a faux beach. This is my favorite way to use the floating cafe, is to place it up onto the key where the top of the asset is on the beach, or faux beach, and then the floating cafe, of course, is in the water, but it's a short distance. It's an easy swim out to the platform. I really like that. And then by using the keys that have the stairs already attached, it just makes such a nice, perfect transition. You can get from up here, the parking lot and the street, down to the beach, and then also just placing these keys here on the edge so someone could walk down into the water if they'd like. And yeah, I really like this. It's a really fun little thing to do, and it's not that hard. You know, you just draw out your roads to make your straight lines, you know, use your terrain tools, bring the water all the way in, bring in the keys, and then you can use your slope terrain tool to create your faux beach here. And yeah, it's really fun. I love using this asset in this way, and it's a great base to like build a really fun park around. So now we get to do the fun stuff now that that's all settled. I've gone ahead and already added in a little bit of parking at the top and a single street, but we're gonna build all the way around this and really make a fun entertainment zone where you can come and jump in the water and just have a really fun afternoon in the sun. Okay, let's dip in and start selecting what buildings we want in between our road and the keys. I want to be really thoughtful about the selection because I want to make it feel really natural to come off the keys and walk into the establishment, and then also have access for the front roads. Just really being careful about what assets we pick, and then really focus on things like bars and restaurants, amenities for the area. So one of the cafes you guys know I really like is from the shopping DLC that we got. And let's see, this is a level 2, level 1, level 3. I think we go right here in the corner with this. Yeah, that looks really nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. We'll make sure we select something up that way as well. And then I want to go with the other cafe as well. This is the one right here. Do I want a little space in between? Or just have it tucked up right next to it? These ones are really nice because they have the rooftop and then the stairs that come down. So we can really honor that connection there and make sure that flows nicely. Okay, I'd like to move this so the opening is facing the cafe here. So we are going to flip this around this way. I think that it's still gonna like that. Yeah, so it's like this is extended seating from the cafe, but then there's still a walkway here, which I like honoring that connection. Let's just clean this up with a little surface painter here. So these little trees are really nice, and I feel like we can use these to create some interest here. Additionally, there's seating underneath the trees, gives a tiny bit of shade, but again, that just kind of separates this like little alleyway that we're creating here. Okay, let's grab, where is, it's in here, yes. The little pub here, I really like that. And then what we can do is we can actually extend this asset. If we go back in here and grab, is it this one? No. I think it's this one. Yeah, this one has the chairs, like the sun chairs, which I really like with the umbrellas. I feel like that's really fun. So I think we should. This will work a good bit of the way off the road. So if we bring that to here, yeah, that's nice. I think what I would like to do is create a little space here so that you could walk in between, because this is a little tight. So let's just use our move it. Let's move these together just slightly out. And then we can use our surface painter to clean this up. Yeah, I think that's really nice. Okay, we are getting somewhere. The other thing we can bring in here is, yes, the sidewalk cafe. That will fit perfectly there. And what a perfect way to kind of bookend this. Yes, I definitely like the yellow awning there. That's very nice. Okay, that's great. I think that's such a nice little collection there. We've got some cafes, essentially, and a bar, lots of outdoor seating. That's exactly what you want. So I think that is fantastic. Okay, now I think what would be good at the end, which I think we can fit in here, is if we did volleyball, the volleyball courts, the beachy ones. Yeah, here we go. The volleyball beach courts. Yeah, I really like how that fits in there. And we have some room for some nice detailing with some landscaping, also preserving the view to the water, maybe creating a little fenced in area here as well. I think that is looking very, very nice. Yeah, that's pretty nice. We've created our own little miniature plaza there. Again, we can do some nice landscaping around here with some palm trees when we get to that point. I like the idea of bringing in a nice specific coffee shop. We have cafes and things there, but I think we could bring in there is this nice large coffee shop. I think it'd be so great on the corner. It's got some nice parking as well. Okay, I like what I've put together here. Just a slightly different vibe than what we have on this side with the containers in the coffee shop, a little bit of art. I've just kind of off-centered these a little. I think that works nice. So let's move in to see what we're gonna use on this side. Now we could pull in another cafe and just use a different style, like there is the brick one. So that's a really great option as well to kind of pull through. But let's also look at what other options there are. So there is this really beautiful plaza that Larry put together, and I think it actually works really nice. It kind of works with the kind of chill artsy vibe we have going on over here versus like Party Central over there. So I do like that. I feel like it fits in well. And again, what's nice about this is it's given us a ton of bicycle parking, which I really like. The other thing that this leaves room for is some nice food trucks. So I think if we pull through, so I went ahead and grabbed the Teddy's fried chicken food truck because I can't believe I didn't already have that. So I think what we'll do is we'll face the food trucks this way. So that they're facing out to the plaza there, because it's a great place to eat what you just got from your food truck. And then of course we have the Frank's fish sticks, and then Joy Belt's tacos, of course. Perfect. Grab these little garbage cans and put them on the corner of each food truck. I think that's going to be really important. And what I want to do here is bring in some nice big palm trees for shade. I think that would look really nice here. So if we kind of just go in between each food truck, I would like a larger one. There we go. Now we're talking. That's really nice. So this is great. You've got the food trucks here. You can park your bicycle here. You've got lots of places to sit and eat, which is great. I think that works out really nice. Okay, this is another park that Larry designed, and I think it actually fits perfectly here. You can play some basketball right on the water. There's a tiny little tiny playground here, which is also really nice. I just like the vibe. I think it fits really well. So I think that's a great way to kind of end cap this area, because we have enough bars and restaurants over here. So I like that this is bit artsy, a bit family focused here on this side. I really like that. Gives just a different vibe. And on this side we have the volleyball courts. I think what would be great to bring over here is the skate park. I think that's like the best fit for this area. And I think that is in here. Yes, it is. Yeah, I love that. Got a little terraforming to do to make this look nice. We can make that work. Okay, we can do some landscaping here to fix this up a little bit more, but we've kind of mirrored what we have on the other side, just a little slightly different, but I think that's really nice. And we can create our own, another additional plaza on this side to kind of mirror this one, but maybe do something different than the fountain. Maybe we'll put the gazebo here and do something fun with that. But yeah, I really like the selection of assets here. I hope you guys do too. So we need a lot of landscaping, and then of course we need to bring in all of our sun tanning chairs, lounge chairs, beach chairs, and just make this whole area feel like a very busy, crowded, fun place to come sit out, soak in the sun, jump in the water. So yeah, I am so excited to pull this all together with lots of lush tropical themed landscaping. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, I like what is starting to develop here. We've left this for a nice walkway so you can walk in between where we have these nice little tables and then our beach chairs, and then we have a little restroom area tucked up here. We're kind of using some landscaping to define the space. So I think we just need to keep going, but I think this is a really good start. Okay, this is really starting to take shape now. I've got single chairs if you just kind of want your own space. We've got group, you know, if you're coming with a group of people, just two. We've got some tables and parasols up here at the top. Lots of bright colors. We've brought in some landscaping just here and there to help define the spaces. Plenty of room to walk in between everything. So I feel like we're starting to get things developed. We have a lot more left to do to really bring this kind of faux beach to life, but I really like where this is going. Okay, this feels really fun to me. There is copious amounts of lounge chairs, lots of seating, and this just feels very fun to me, very tropical. Now we have all this green space behind the seating, which is fine with me. I want to leave all this open green space for people to come throw a frisbee, maybe bring, you know, they could bring blankets and lay out or just use the space. So I'm gonna just leave that open. We might do a few little trees here and there around the edges, but I really just want that to be open green space for people to use while enjoying soaking up the sun and just having a day by the water. Okay, I am super happy with our faux beach. I think it turned out really nice. I want to cover up this rock face here. I just want this to feel super lush. Lots of bushes, lots of trees, lots of overgrowth, and that'll just be a really nice backdrop to the faux beach we have here. Okay, that is exactly the lush backdrop I wanted. That is really nice. So we're just going to continue that along the rest of the rock wall here. And then we need to think about potentially bringing in some more parking is going to be needed, and then landscaping out to the water. Okay, I think right here, even though this is on a hill, I feel like we should bring in the ice cream parlor here. Okay, I think bringing the path behind the ice cream shop and the skate park down along the front kind of really framed out this area really nicely. So I like how that came together, and the ice cream parlor fits in really nicely with this too. That is classic to City Skylines, the Catfish Cafe and the Sky Bar. I really like that next to the volleyball courts. I think this is looking really nice. We just need a little landscaping back here. Okay, and there we have park number 13, the floating cafe. I just love how this turned out. I love the vibe. It's still a small park. It's not huge, but it is doing a lot for whatever community is around here. This would be a very desirable attraction on the weekends, on a sunny day. Lots of activities and places to eat and just lounging in the sun. And also with the walking paths, it's a place you can come and take a nice little romantic stroll as well. So I really love how this park turned out. You guys will have to let me know what you think. Next week we are doing park number 14. I hope you all have a joyful day, and I'll catch you next time.
For watching, remember to like and subscribe.